Shanti. Today Baba tells us many points of truth. One thing he says is that Baba is the only one who can be called an incarnation. And an incarnation means the only one who doesn't have either a subtle body or a gross body. In this whole drama, there is only Baba who comes and takes a body on loan. Yes, nobody says, this is not my body, this is a body on loan. Yes, everybody has a body. So you say everybody. Yes, so everybody has definitely got a body, but then Baba doesn't have a body. And Baba comes, and so Baba is the ocean of knowledge, and then he has to liberate us from the dungeons of sorrow and misery by telling us the truth and giving us the method to unlock the power contained in that truth. So Baba says that I come and I take the loan of a Brahma Baba's body. So this is something very interesting. And when we first come to Baba, and then, very easily and very freely we are told that this is Brahma Baba, and then in his body Shiv Baba comes and enters and sits in the forehead, and then he talks, and the Murli is being spoken by Shiv Baba, and then you say, what? This is something very unusual, and how can you be so casual speaking about it? And it is not something we hear every day. And then as soon as you get over it, then you're told that, oh, you are a soul and you were a deity, and then you were living in this on this planet as a deity, and then as time passed, now you're here worshipping the same deity, and then we say, what again, what is this? It doesn't make sense, or it doesn't sit in my head very easily. Now Baba says, I tell you these points of truth which are very amazing and wonderful. And then I tell you that if you lost all your power because you became vicious, and Baba tells us that lust, anger, ego, attachment, and greed, something that we do 24/7, is depleting us. And then we think, okay, never thought like that. And whatever we are thinking is creating our destiny, and all our thoughts are based on vices, and all of this stuff Baba tells us. And then all this is very new to us. And then Baba keeps reminding us every day in the Murli about these things. Baba keeps reminding us who we are, how we were in Satyug, and how if we just remember Baba, we will go to Satyug again. And then how Baba has come from the soul world, taken a body on loan, and is speaking the Murli. And then Baba today says, churn these things, and then you will be very happy. So Baba tells us, so we keep churning, yes? There is a capacity to churn inside us. And then we keep churning. But what do we churn is very important. Yes, so if you ask, if somebody is sitting in silence, then you see them, they don't smile on their own. It's not like they keep smiling on their own. by what they are thinking. But Baba says, if you just sat in silence and churned about these things, you will be very happy. Yes, so you just think about how amazing it is that Baba comes from this soul world and sits in the body of Brahma Baba and sits beside the soul Brahma Baba and speaks through his mouth and gives us the knowledge that was lost in birth and rebirth. Just think about this thing, and this is more amazing than any work of fiction that you have ever read, or any most amazing work of creation that you have ever come across. And Baba says that yes, truth is stranger than fiction, and this is very strange and very wonderful. But sometimes we don't think about these matters. We just say, I don't know, and then we just, we just let it go. And we don't think about those matters. But Baba says, you think about what I speak in the Murli every day, churn it. And by churning it, you will get a lot of happiness. So, do you sit and think about your 84 births and how you transitioned from a deity to a human and to this person that you are today? And then, do you see how time changes the soul and how the soul comes under the sway of drama? And do you think about how Baba has come from the soul world, my parent, who I was separated from by for 5,000 years, and that Baba has come, and then he is sitting in a body of lone just to meet me, recharge me, rejuvenate me. So, how many of you churn this stuff? Churn about these things? Yes, not. These days, Gyan has become like, just tell me what I need to do in the present circumstances. But then, to deal with whatever is happening, you need a state of spiritual power, and power comes from happiness. So, the food of the soul is happiness. And if the soul is fed well, then the soul is capable of a lot of things. But then, do I feed the soul well? Do I churn these powerful points of knowledge and take out the butter? Because you see, if you churn dirty water, what will you get? You will only get foul smell. Yes, and that smell will pervade the whole environment, and it will make you sick. And if you churn, milk or curd, you get butter. So it's very important what you churn about. Now, mostly if I'm not churning points of truth, now Baba gives us this amazing truth about our transition from a deity to an ordinary human. And Baba says that is Swadarshan Chakra. That's the cycle of your journey as a soul. And that's a very powerful thing to churn, because when you start thinking about it, then you get in touch with your divine virtues and whatever your capacities as a deity were. And then Baba says that when you churn over this, you realize your potential, your spiritual potential, which you have lost. That whole sense, that whole memory is lost right now. But you will be able to activate how powerful, how divine, how virtuous you were as a deity. And then Baba says that when you think about how my Baba, my parent, has come from the soul world and sitting in a body of rent, and he has taken a body on loan, and then he is teaching me all that I need to know, and he has promised me that next time going to Satyug, I just have to do as he says and not care about anything. I don't have to think about whether good is happening, bad is happening. Baba says, I have guaranteed you, you do what I say, and you are going to Satyug, and everything else is a scene in drama. Yes. So Baba says, when you churn about these things, yes, and then you churn about how, Brahma becomes Vishnu, and then Vishnu becomes Brahma, and you think about this stuff, then it makes you very, very happy. And if you're not doing that, then what are you churning? Then what are you churning? All the dirty water? And then what is it making your life? Full of foul smell of fear and worry and, comparison and criticism and anger. So all of that churning is happening. And we are churning all day, all night. Yes. And I tell you, there is, and Maya is very sharp. See, Maya makes you think negative about Baba and think positive about all that is negative. So people are very interested in thinking positive about negative circumstances, but they are very interested also in thinking negative about Baba. Yes, and I tell you one thing. So there was this one lady who once came, and she had a child going to a certain school. And then in that school, there was an incident. Something happened, and it was all over the newspapers, and it was bad. And then she told me that, I'm in trouble, and this child, I have admitted him to that school, and mid-session, I can't take him out. And then this incident happened, and I don't want him to lose on his studies. So I taught him to have faith and move on and then send the child to school. And then she said, yes, I have been sending the child, but it makes me afraid. And I've just come to learn how to think positive about the whole situation. And then I gave her Baba's tools. And then she said, don't you feel afraid living in the center? So I said, why? So she said, these days lots of things happen in ashrams, and there is this whole thing where some Baba gets caught and then something happens, and then are you not afraid to live in the center? So I said, no, I have not experienced anything such. So nothing in my experience, it's been great, and there is no such experience. Then she said, but it might. So, tomorrow it could. So I said, yes, I have to talk to you. Now, your child just had a very bad experience in school. Yes, it's an experience. You experienced it firsthand. And then you don't stop sending him to school. Right? You are not stopping sending him to school. You are still sending him to that very school where that incident happened. And here you come, and I don't have any bitter experience, but you are encouraging me to think negative about something that has only given me loads and loads of happiness and peace in my life. So I don't get you. What is your idea of positive thinking? And who told you that you want to think positive? So you want to think positive about that which is actually negative, but you want to encourage people to think negative about something that is most positive on earth. That is Baba. So Baba says, Baba is the only positive. Do you get it? And then when you churn about Baba, when you churn about the truths And truth is positive. And Baba says that the world is false now. The world is not true. So everything that people believe and do and how they live is all based on vices. So all our belief systems, every thought process, everything is based on vices. And Baba says, when you churn the truth that I tell you, truth about the three worlds, truth about the past, present, and future, truth about Baba, truth about how Baba enacts his part in Kali Yuga, Baba says, if you just keep churning about the truth, it will give you a lot of power. And if you churn about other things, you churn about anything in this world, it is only going to rob you of your happiness and power. So Baba says, churn about this, and then it's going to make you very happy. And in that happiness, the soul will be nourished, and you will be able to deal with the negative world. So there is a lot of thing going on, but then you will be very powerful, and then it will become relatively very powerless for you. So it's all, so we always have this session about how the situation is not more powerful or less powerful. The situation is what it is, but when you are not in your power, the situation becomes insurmountable. So Baba says, when you feed yourself with this, with the truth, when you start churning and creating that nourishment that nourishes the soul, then you will be in a position to cross whatever comes your way with strength. And this is why Baba says, follow Shrimat. And when you follow Shrimat, so today I'm also focusing on this Shrimat that Baba says, keep churning about the points of truth. And Baba says, when you follow Shrimat, and everything that Shrimat gives you, the power of pure food, the power of remembering Baba, the power of being soul conscious, the power of using your powers while operating through the day. Baba says, when you start using Shrimat, then Baba says, you be rest assured that you are in Baba's hands and you are going to heaven. And then the scenes in the drama will come and go, but they won't mean anything. Yes, then you will be able to put a full stop saying it is drama. Now, let me tell you something that I have been thinking about for maybe 2-3 days now. Now, you see that people are very concerned about the consequence of karma. Yes, we are very concerned about consequence of karma. But Baba says, don't be concerned about the consequence of karma, be concerned about the karma. Yes. Now let me give you a simple example to put forth what I'm trying to say. Now you see, if I have been fair and loveful in my conduct, and I don't have any expectations. Yes, I'm not attached, I'm not lustful, I'm just loveful, and I have done my bit in a relationship. Okay, I've been fair, I've been doing what I needed to do. Then if the person walks away, you will not feel bad. Yes, then you will be able to say this is drama. Yes, and if you have been attached, or, not just wrong in your conduct, but if you have not been soul conscious, and if you have seen the person not as a soul but as a means of your fulfillment, and you are attached to what they do for you, or you are attached to their emotional provision that they give you, or whatever. And so if you have become attached, if you have neglected, rejected, all that is bad karma. And if you have done any bad karma doesn't only mean you have been bad to them, but if you have not been soul conscious, even that is impure karma. Now, if you have been impure in your karma, then somebody walks away, you will not be able to put a full stop in your mind. You will suffer, you will be in pain, you will be angry, you will question, keep questioning, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? And then everybody will say, no, you had been very nice, you were very good. But the thing is, you were very nice, you were very good, but you were attached. So that's what you did wrong. But that nobody will tell you, because nobody knows that it's impure karma. But now that we are in Gyan, and now that Baba has told us the difference between pure karma and impure karma, Baba has told us that pure karma is indirect karma. When you're doing it for Baba and the recipient is a soul. And impure karma is when you're doing it directly for anybody, when you've forgotten Baba and Srimat. So Baba says, whenever there is impure karma, then that karma will put you into bondage. Yes. And when you're doing pure karma, then the consequences won't matter. Because whatever the consequence, your conscience will always be clean. And the consequence will not give you a sense of whether you did the right thing or the wrong thing. You know you did the right thing. And even if the whole world will be against you, it's okay. You will know very deep inside, and you will never have a heavy heart, a guilty conscience. You will never have that. And then there is a law that the truth will reveal itself. That will also happen. But then it's not the result again, it's the process. You will never feel any inkling of sorrow and pain. So Baba today says in the Murli, and I will read that out to you. Baba today says that you children know that Baba has taken the support of this body, and yet you repeatedly forget this. When you become body conscious, that regard for him is lost. Otherwise, if you knew who Baba is, you would definitely obey his orders. So first thing is, if you always remember Baba, you will always think, see, walk, talk, work according to Srimat. You will always remember what Baba has told you. And do you recognize who it is who is telling you? God himself. Yes, and the word of God is truth. So when you recognize Baba, you will do everything according to Srimat. Baba has told you that no direct relationship with any soul. So however attractive, however nice they are to you, you will never become attached, because you know that Baba has told you, you don't have to engage directly. In everything, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to taking care of your body also, Baba has told us that You take care of your body just like a horse rider takes care of his horse. You clean it, you clothe it, you feed it. But you must understand that this is a body according to drama, and the body has a journey of its own. You are not your body. So, Baba has given us a Shrimat to have an attitude towards everything and everyone, and also about the karma we do through it. And then you have to decide what your body will do, what you see, hear, eat, where you go, where you don't go. All of that is decided by Shrimat. Yes. Your attitude towards money should be money is just a resource. And then how you use it according to Shrimat should be your priority. Your mind is a resource generating thoughts 24/7. And what thoughts you need to generate, Baba has told you. So Baba says, if you recognize Baba, Maya does these things. Maya makes you forget Baba. You start thinking that Baba is ordinary, Murli is ordinary. You start paying no attention to what God says, and this is Maya. You look at what Maya does. And Baba says, when you become body conscious, that regard for Baba is lost. Otherwise, if you knew who Baba is, you would definitely obey his orders. You have to take Shrimat at every step, but Maya makes you forget. You then sometimes follow Shrimat, and then at other times you follow devilish directions. So Maya will give you, ideas, body conscious ideas, and you will get stuck in that. Sometimes that side is heavy and the other side is light. You sometimes follow his directions and at other times Maya's directions. If you continue to follow the Shrimat of Shiv Baba alone, that is fine. You can then continue to ascend. So you will only ascend if you only follow Baba's Shrimat. But you have to discern Maya. Yes, and Maya makes you forget Baba, Maya makes you forget Shrimat, and Maya makes you think, okay, the whole world is thinking like this, behaving like this, and who am I? But no, you are not the souls of the world, you are God's children. And then Baba says, however, some still follow their own dictates. Now Baba says, you definitely have to put into practice the directions the Father gives you. Then whatever happens is said to be fixed in the drama that way. And you will be able to actually put a full stop to everything that happens if you have done everything according to Shrimat. And it is my personal experience, very deep experience, that when you have followed Shrimat, you will never even have a thought. Even if something goes very unplanned, you will not be afraid. You will not have second thoughts. You will not have guilty conscience. You will not doubt your actions. Doubt, fear, guilt, everything comes when you do something against Shrimat. And if not, you will be able to see that this is just a scene in drama and it's okay. And you will know that this is not the end, picture abhi baki hai. You will also know that. So Baba says, but it is very important that you do everything according to Shrimat. And then Baba says, the kingdom has to be established. There cannot be the slightest difference in that. And then you will also have the intoxication that tomorrow I am going to become a deity, come what may. And you won't care about the side scenes that are happening. You will always be yourself. You will have the faith, the confidence, the strength, the light, the might of of God's child. This is something that you must know, and I am talking from my personal experience. And when you follow Srimad totally, you will really be able to be detached in every scene, and it won't matter to you whether the scene is beautiful or ugly. You will be able to see very clearly this is just a scene in drama, and my experience of life is not connected to this scene. Or my self esteem of whether I'm right or not, whether I'm a good person or not, is not connected to the scene in the drama. It's not, if something bad happens, I am not bad. If something good happens, that doesn't mean I am good. It happens because it is fixed like that. And I am good and I am Baba's child will always be a continuous song in your heart. But then we have to follow Srimad, and even about churning or remembrance, Baba has given us Srimad about everything. And the one who follows complete Srimad will be able to say that everything is happening according to how it is fixed in drama, and it's okay. Yes. And then, Baba today says that Maya is such that children today say that this is my Baba, and they say, okay, the vices are what has robbed me of my spiritual strength. And then they say, I'm donating my vices. And then tomorrow they say, what Baba? What Murli? And they're gone. And then they say, no, marriage is important. No, lust is important. No, how can you live without people? So why? Because Maya is such. And Baba says, Maya is wonderful. And those same children who were, so lovingly talking about Baba and be expressing their happiness and amazement at finding God will just run away in a second. But then Baba says that, again, I know that they will come back at the end. But when they come back, Baba only thinks that, they will not be able to do a lot of tapasya and create their fortune in the end. So Baba wants us children to discern Maya. Okay. So this is something. So there are many points in the Murli today. Baba talks about how Baba is the father, teacher and Satguru all at once. So you cannot remember one part of Baba and forget the other. So sometimes, children say, I meditate and I remember Baba, but I don't remember his teaching. No, God is what God says. And then I follow his teaching, but I don't understand that we all have to go and then I have to, uplift my buddhi, detach my buddhi from the old world. No. So Baba is a Satguru also, all at once. So when you belong to Baba, when you remember Baba, you obviously you have to, walk the talk and you have to follow his teachings. And the second thing is you must know that this is the time of end and you must get ready to go back. So all these three things go together. It is not like I remember Baba, but I'm not prepared to go back and I don't follow his teachings. So Baba is one. You cannot break him into pieces and, just make him your father, but not accept the teacher and the Satguru. So it doesn't work like that. So Baba says, I'm all three at once and you cannot segregate me into three parts. So this is also something Baba says today. And then Baba says something very nice today. Baba says, celebrations take place on the path of devotion. So people, they celebrate. And how do they celebrate? They mess up your face in Holi, and then they pollute the environment in Diwali. So that's celebration. So Baba says that celebration you don't have to do now, but we celebrate all festivals. Yes, so in Brahma Kumaris, every festival is celebrated. And Baba says, you use that opportunity to do seva. My Shrimat is, you use that environment and that fervor of the season and tell them the true significance of Deepavali, how they should light their spiritual lamps, and how they should color their heart with Baba's love in Holi. And Baba says, every celebration is an opportunity of seva for you. And now Shivratri is coming, Shiv Jayanti, and everybody will be going and, pouring milk on the Shivlingam. But we have to take this opportunity to actually introduce them to real Shiv Baba and tell them how they have to pour, their whole life. They have to give their life to Baba, and then, their mind to Baba, and then connect their buddhi, and then take the inheritance from Baba. So Baba says, use every festival as an opportunity to show the world the truth. So this is also what Baba says. And in the slogan, Baba says today, to experience greatness in ordinariness is to be a great soul. So, so the foundation of feeling great in the world is having a big car and gaudy clothes and big home. And yes, so the experience of greatness comes from great surroundings, right? So, and yesterday I was talking about this. So even, if Sri Ram wore white clothes and came in front of you, Sri Ram wouldn't be Sri Ram. So, we have always associated greatness with external shosha, and there has to be a pomp and show. And in this connection, I remember, there was this one woman, and she came to the center, and then she was listening to knowledge, and then midway she just said, "Oh, you are really knowledgeful. You know a lot." So I said, "Yes. So what is so strange about it? We are sitting here to serve. So obviously there is knowledge that Baba has given. So we know." So she said, "No, but you people wear such simple clothes. It's very difficult to discern that you people are educated and you know something, because it looks from the experience that these are poor people and they don't know anything, and they might not even have had a very good school education." And then I said, no, that's your concept of the whole thing. So she said, "But if you wore different clothes and if you just presented yourself differently, then people will be drawn to you." So then I said, "Okay, so what you're suggesting is I wear gaudy clothes and talk about simplicity. That would mean, more to you than wear simple clothes and talk about simplicity." So she said, "Yes, that's how it works in the world." So I said, "That's why the world needs to change." Yes, that's why the world needs to change, and that's why we now need to do it differently. So Baba says that greatness experienced in gaudy surroundings is the order of the day. But then even with simple places where you live, simple clothes you wear, simple food, simple lifestyle, you should be holding the virtues and the qualities of a great soul And then people can, you should, that greatness should be so strong in your vibration that people are able to see greatness in ordinariness. Yes, and that will happen when you experience greatness in ordinariness, when you don't need anything to make you feel great. Even if there are no 20 people praising you and bowing in front of you, you still feel great inside. That's the sign of a great soul. And every soul feels who they are. So when you become great, when you really become virtuous and spiritually powerful, then you will experience, I am great, even if it will take some time for others to recognize it. Om Shanti.